I'm a 74-year-old woman living in a small town here in Maine. Every morning, I make myself a warm cup of tea and sit by the window, watching the mist roll over the trees. And I think about my heart, not just the one that beats in my chest, but the way it still keeps me alive, helping me feel, love, and sometimes even feel young again. Did you know that your heart can still get stronger, can still feel younger, even after 60? You don't need expensive medications. You don't need strict diets. You just need to bring these 5 familiar foods into your day, little by little, and your heart will start to feel better day by day. I was on heart medications for 6 years. At one point, my doctor considered increasing the dose. But that scared me, the thought of becoming more dependent, of losing control. So I started to make small changes. Nothing drastic, but I stayed with it. And now, 3 years after changing how I eat, my blood pressure and cholesterol are stable. I still take medication, but I haven't had to increase the dose once. So today, I'd love to share the 5 foods that have become part of my daily life, the ones that have helped keep my heart strong, and yes, feeling just a little younger. At first, I didn't know much about blueberries, just saw them in little plastic containers at the store. Small, dark purple. One of my old walking buddies once told me, "You ought to try eating blueberries every day. They're great for the heart." I nodded but didn't think much of it. Then I read a study one day. Blueberries are rich in anthocyanins, powerful antioxidants that reduce plaque buildup in arteries and help manage blood pressure. I started with half a cup in the morning, sprinkled over oatmeal. When fresh ones weren't around, I bought frozen. They work just as well. Sometimes I mix them with Greek yogurt and a pinch of flaxseed. Cool, naturally sweet, and packed with flavor. I call them my Purple Heart berries because they quietly take care of my heart from the inside out. The day I began eating salmon regularly was the day I stopped feeling tightness in my chest during cold weather. My doctor said I needed more omega-3s to reduce inflammation and help prevent clots. Salmon was a great choice. At first, I had it maybe once a month. Then it became twice a week, usually baked or steamed with lemon and dill. I avoid frying now, too heavy on the stomach and not friendly to the heart. Salmon helps clean out the blood vessels. It makes me feel like I'm taking care of myself in a meaningful way. On days when I don't have fish, I'll take a spoon of flaxseed oil or an omega-3 capsule. But honestly, nothing beats a warm fillet of roasted salmon fresh out of the oven. Every time I eat it, I think, this is a gift I'm giving my heart. I was never a big fan of greens, but aging has a way of teaching us new habits. Greens like kale, spinach, and broccoli are packed with fiber and folate, 2 things that help protect blood vessels from damage. Some studies say leafy greens can lower blood pressure and balance cholesterol. I usually steam or saute them lightly in a bit of olive oil, maybe with some garlic. I'll pair them with brown rice or a bit of fish. Clean, light, and it feels like my heart can breathe easier. There was a week once when I skipped greens, just didn't feel like shopping, and I felt the difference. Heavier body, restless sleep. Ever since, I keep a bunch of greens in the fridge, not because I love them, but because my heart needs them. Here in Maine, winters can be bitter. On cold afternoons, I like to make a big pot of bean soup. Black beans, red beans, sometimes lentils. I call it my patience food. Takes time to cook, but the reward is worth it. Beans are rich in fiber, plant protein, and they're low in bad fats. They help lower LDL cholesterol, the kind that clogs arteries, and keep blood sugar steady. I often swap out red meat for beans in stews and soups. It's cheaper, healthier, and fills me up just fine. A warm bowl of bean soup on a winter afternoon, that's peace, that's comfort, and it's heart smart. Sometimes I think if I had to live alone again, I'd be fine with just a pot of bean soup and a loaf of whole grain bread. My heart wouldn't ask for more. In my kitchen, right next to my tea canister, there's always a bottle of extra virgin olive oil. I use it every day. Not too much, just a tablespoon or 2, but consistently. I drizzle it over salads, roast vegetables, or lightly saute my greens in it. Smooth, gentle, rich, so different from animal fats or butter. Olive oil contains polyphenols that help keep blood vessels flexible and slow aging. I read that in a medical journal, but what I believe more is how I feel after meals. Light, satisfied, never weighed down. For me, olive oil isn't just a cooking ingredient. It's a symbol of slowness, steadiness, the way I want my heart to beat. See? Nothing here is extreme. You don't have to overhaul your whole life. Just a bit more fish, a handful of berries, some beans in your soup, and your heart will thank you in just a few weeks. I know many folks here in Maine, especially during the winter months, feel tired, heavy, low in spirit. But one small change in what you eat each day, that can be the beginning of something better. At this age, living long isn't a race. It's about keeping a steady pace, one heartbeat at a time. If this story helped you, please subscribe and click like on this channel, The Health Revival. We're always here to share, to connect. May God bless you and your family. See you in the next video.